So you're thinking about living in Virginia's beautiful, beautiful mountains and valleys, and maybe are you looking for a rural setting in a small town? Well, in this video, I'm going to talk to you about 4 towns between Stuarts Draft and Lexington. Those 4 towns are Greenville, Rapine, Fairfield, and Buena Vista. So before we get to our first town, let's go ahead and get started right now. If this is your first time to the channel, my name is Stephen Gleason, and all of my information is in the description down below, and we would love to help you whether you're selling a home or buying a home here in the Shenandoah Valley and Virginia's mountains and valleys. So as I mentioned, today we're going to look at 4 towns between Stuarts Draft and between Lexington. So I hope you'll stay around because I'm going to share with you some interesting tidbits of history about the towns, and we're going to also look at some of the neighborhoods and some of the rural places in some of the towns as well to see what the homes are like in those areas. So hang around till the end so you can find out what that is. But right now we are here just north of Greenville, and as you can see, the beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains behind me and the great farmland. And Greenville itself, with only about 870 residents, it was once a stagecoach stop-off at the intersection of 3 main roads leading to other towns in the area. This area grew in the 1800s and at one time had multiple businesses, including 3 general stores. Highway 11 runs right through Greenville, and you'll see a few historical homes along the way that have been built throughout time. But Greenville has a few businesses and restaurants today, and one of Leslie's favorite and my favorite is Giovanni's Pasta, which is an Italian restaurant in Greenville. The most well-known resident of tiny Greenville is singer Kate Smith. Kate Smith is best known for her famous rendition of God Bless America, which was popular for many, many years in the United States. So, like I say, just not a lot of a town center here in Greenville necessarily, but again, a nice small rural area. But I'm going to take you to a home, and I'm going to show you one of the homes here on the market that's currently for sale. So imagine living just outside a small town, just a little bit out in the country, and having some magnificent farmland and mountain views like that. Well, that's what you're going to get in this home right behind me here that is currently on the market for $374,900. It was built in 1993, and it has 3 bedrooms and 3 full baths. It has 2,270 square feet of finished living space, and if you break that down, that's $165 a square foot, and it sits on a 0.63 acre lot. And like I say, imagine sitting on the front porch up there and just looking across, listening, enjoying the breeze, and enjoying the changing of the seasons. Well, this ranch has a large formal living room with a nice bay window, as you can see there in the front. There's also a large kitchen with Corian counters, stainless steel appliances, and lots of cabinets and recessed lighting. You can choose to eat breakfast in the breakfast nook or in the formal living room, and all bedrooms are on the main floor, including the master suite with its own bathroom. Additionally, if you don't want to sit on the front of the deck, you can sit on the back porch in the back as well toward the woods, and you can do your handiwork in the partially finished basement as well. So we moved just a little further south here, and just on the other side of Interstate 81, we come to the small town of Rapine. Well, where in the world did the name Rapine come from? Well, this small town, with about 1,200 residents in the entire zip code, is named after a farmer here that used to be in the area by the name of James Gibbs, who in the 1850s invented a chain-stitch sewing machine. Well, okay, but what does that have to do with Rapine? Well, he named his home Rapine Hall, and the word Rapine comes from the Greek word meaning needle. So, Gibbs, along with Wilcox, they founded the Wilcox and Gibbs Sewing Machine Company, which still produces and sells industrial sewing machines even to this day. Now, as you can see behind me, this is the town center of Rapine, a very small downtown area with most of its population lying throughout the zip code. However, the major business and industrial area in Rapine has shifted to the other side, just on the other side of the interstate, along Interstate 8164, where you will find White's Travel Center. Branded as the East Coast's largest travel center, this 100-acre facility with a 25,000 square foot travel center features over 8,000 truck parking spots. But it's not all about truckers. There are multiple restaurants, shops, health, wellness, medical facilities, and many other attractions of which you can take advantage when you stop by. If you're needing to pick something up while traveling along I-8164, White's probably has it. So, like I say, just a nice little quiet town here, but I'm going to take you a little southwest of town, and we're going to look in a neighborhood that had 6 homes that have sold over the last year. We're going to look at one of those homes that sold, and we're also going to take a look at a current home that is being built there as well. So if you're looking for a country neighborhood with some absolutely, look, fantastic, beautiful, panoramic views all the way around me here, Ridgemore may be the place for you. Ridgemore is a small neighborhood just southwest of Rapine, and it is consisting of already established homes, and as you can see behind me here, homes that are currently being built as well. There's multiple lots in the neighborhood, and most of the lots here in this neighborhood are 2 acres or more. And many of them much more than that. There's a couple lots currently on the market, and they're listed in the 60s for sale. 6 homes have sold in this neighborhood in the last year, and they range in price from about $500,000 to $685,000. 5 of the homes were built between 2006 and 2016, and they all had 3 or 4 bedrooms and ranged in size from between 3,000 and 4,200 square feet. But the one thing I kind of just want to, the reason I stopped here is if you look, if for example, this home right here that's currently being built right now, as you can see, all nice brick home here, but all the land behind it there, the homes, those are your backyard neighbors. You have all of that room between you and your neighbor in the backyard. So, like I say, if you're looking for a neighborhood that has large lots and nice homes, most of them built within the last 20 years or so, Ridgemore is definitely a great neighborhood to consider here in the Rapine area. All right, and so we got the home here just up the road a little bit with some of those beautiful views, but wanted to show you the home up here on the hill here. Was moved up on top of the hill a few years ago. It was an older home, though. It was actually built 1900, 1905, around the early 1900s. But it just recently sold here in the neighborhood for $579,000. It has 4 bedrooms and 3 full baths with a half bath as well. Has 3,315 square feet of finished living space, of which 2,210 of that is above ground. This lot that it sits on is a full 2-acre lot, and what can you say? From the top of the hill up there looking everywhere around you, it's just views and more views. This home has one of the best views in the neighborhood. This farmhouse has retained much of its woodwork details and its original character. You'll enjoy the 2 fireplaces in this home and its multiple rooms where you can find a lot of rest and a lot of relaxation. There's a garden space in the back with views from the front porch again, or the back deck. Who knows? You might just want to sit out inside and enjoy Virginia's beautiful mountains and valleys all day long. So we've moved on down the road here a little bit further on Highway 11, and we're in the small town of Fairfield, with about 255 people living in the town area of Fairfield, and only about 1,900 in the entire zip code. It is a really neat rural community in which to live, with convenient access to I-81-64. You can find yourself in downtown Lexington in about 15 minutes. And Fairfield has, like I say, a very small town center here, but it's known for several neighborhoods that run off of Highway 11, but others that are out in the country as well. One of the highlights of the Fairfield area is the Ecco Adesso Vineyards. Ecco Adesso is Italian and literally meaning here now, which is the attitude that the folks at Ecco Adesso want you to have when you come. Enjoy your time, be here now, and enjoy things. At Ecco Adesso, they boast a new wine pavilion and hiking trails, and they have springs and waterfalls for you to enjoy. There's also a picnic area and mountain views for you to enjoy with some of their local Virginia wines and ciders as well. So, but like I say, another small town right here along Highway 11. Right now, we're getting in rush hour, it looks like, a little bit busier on the road here, but I'm going to take you southwest, again on the other side of the interstate, and I'm going to show you kind of a unique community that if you like horses, you're going to love this community. And so we're coming right up here on a home. You can see it up here, and I'm sorry that the sun is in the background here, but you can see the barn here, down here at the bottom. But the home that you see behind me here is currently on the market. Well, this is the barn. The home's up here. I'll show it to you in a second. But it's on the market for $599,000. A little bit about this here. Again, the home has land, has a stable for the horses. There's over 22 acres of land that go along with this property, and you just see the rolling hills behind the fence there. The property with the 2 horse stalls, an attack room, hay storage area, and the stalls in there are 12 by 12. Inside the house itself, there's 2 fireplaces with chestnut mantles inside the house that sit under a beautiful cathedral ceiling. Now the home itself, as I get up here, and we're in the shade now, maybe we can see that a little bit better here, but the home here is, I mentioned, it's been listed on the market for $599,000. It was built in 2005. It has 3 beds and 2 baths, 2,068 square feet of finished living space. If you break that down, that's $290 a square foot. But remember, you've got 22.45 acres of land and the horse barn and everything that goes along with that. So, like I say, just another beautiful area. Listen to the nice quiet out here, the beautiful, what a great evening. And so, but with that being said, let's go ahead and we'll go on down the road and we'll take a look at our last neighborhood. Well, we are here in our last town. We are in the town of Buena Vista, not Buena Vista. Here it is pronounced Buena Vista. And in Buena Vista, it is so easy to see how the town got its name from the beautiful views here behind me to the south, to the east, even to the west, the sunset. You get up on top of the ridge here just to the west and look back down at the mountains, and my goodness, it is absolutely one of my favorite places for views in all of the Shenandoah Valley here in its southern end. Like I say, it sits at the foot of the Blue Ridge Mountains along the Maury River, and with a population of about 6,700, Buena Vista is one of Virginia's 38 independent cities. A little bit about the history of Buena Vista. It almost was a town that is, according to accounts, pretty much just sprang up overnight in the late 1800s, like a boom town. But today, Buena Vista has lost much of its industry over the years, and it's a relatively quiet town that has several parks, including Glen Maury Park, and multiple outdoor recreational activities such as fishing, kayaking, and hiking. There's a few shops and restaurants in The quaint downtown area for visitors and residents alike to enjoy. There are also several locations in town that are on the National Registry of Historic Places, and I'm going to hold that till the end, and I'm going to show you that one of those places here after I show you a home that is currently on the market here in Buena Vista. So I've come here to the eastern edge of Buena Vista and got some of those beautiful mountain views on down the way there. But in Buena Vista, you're going to find many different types and styles of homes, and of course many different build dates. As I mentioned, Buena Vista was a boomtown in the late 1800s, so you're going to find a lot of homes here that were built in the early to mid 1900s, and many of those homes are larger homes, and some of them today have been revitalized and refinished and are absolutely beautiful, and some of them have also been revitalized into like a quadruplex or a triplex for rentals here in the area. Buena Vista home values tend to be a little less expensive than some of the other areas due to multiple different factors, but obviously age of the home, condition of the home, or size of the home are some big factors there. There are properties, however, especially outside of town, that are very comparable in value to the Lexington area and other areas here in the Shenandoah Valley as well. The average price per home in Buena Vista sold last year for only $175,000. And of course, you'll see that there's some properties that sold for very, very little, and they were very small properties. And then other properties sold for more. But man, I'm just looking here over my shoulder, and it's like, it's hard to see, but just the different mountain ranges of the Appalachian Mountains off to the west as you look there. Man, I love where I live. Just another beautiful, beautiful evening here in the Shenandoah Valley in Virginia. So, but I got to go ahead and move down the road here, and that's okay. I've got a home right up here that I'm going to show you that is currently on the market and is representative of a home that you could purchase here in the Buena Vista area. All right, we'll start out with some of those beautiful views. Imagine sitting right here in your front yard, though, or on your front porch there. The house that you see on my right is currently on the market. It's listed for $269,900. It was built in 2007. It has 3 bedrooms and 2 full baths, 1,567 square feet of finished living space, and there's an additional 400 foot below ground that is not yet finished. If you break that down for the finished square foot, it's $172 a square foot, and it sits on almost a half acre at 0.44 acres. With nearly a half acre of a partially wooded lot, this ranch on the eastern side of Buena Vista is going to give you those great views. That's a haul up that hill. But inside the home, you're going to find an open floor plan. You'll find a nice kitchen with stainless steel appliances and a tile floor that flows into the dining room. There's also a mudroom coming into the home, and the laminate flooring is inviting in the living room area. You can enjoy, as I said, sitting on the deck and watching some of those beautiful views every night, or you can sit on your deck out back and you can enjoy the woods behind you and enjoy the nature behind you. So like I say, just a home here that is currently on the market in the Buena Vista area. So let's go ahead. I told you I was going to tell you about something that was on the National Registry of Historic Places. Let's find out what that is. So I gave you a tease before we looked at Buena Vista, and we are here at a landmark that is on the National Registry of Historic Places. No, not the beautiful view and the beautiful hillside below, but I'm going to turn around this way and I'm going to show you Main Hall at Southern Virginia University. It is known as the Southern Seminary main building. The building was originally the Hotel Buena Vista in 1890, and as you can see, it exhibits a very recognizable Queen Anne and French Renaissance style that's just truly unique. The college itself has gone through several iterations as a girls' college, a seminary, and now it's a private liberal arts college with just over 1,000 students. But like I say, what a Just a beautiful, beautiful building here in a beautiful setting, mountains there, and just another beautiful place here in Virginia's mountains and valleys. And so, like I say, if you're interested in one of the towns that we talked about, or a house out in the country somewhere, or land, or whatever the case may be, Leslie and I would be overjoyed and more than happy to help. Just pick up the phone and give us a call, shoot us that text, send us that email, and we will be happy to help you not get just a good experience about buying or selling, but we want you to have an outstanding experience and be in a home that you truly enjoy for many, many years to come. So, here from the campus of Southern Virginia University and from beautiful Buena Vista, until next time, we'll see you around town.